Top of it, top of it, top of it. It's your boy Coach One Stack, man. We tapping in, y'all. And as you know, man, I like to leave this content and be articulate with my words and really break down things that I see on the videos and that people are leaving, that things that I think that are video worthy. You know what I mean? I don't want to get on here and mislead anybody, but this is in response to, Boosie is unbothered after son Tootie Raww gets arrested for weapon possession. He seems unbothered. He kicking it at the football games and all that stuff, and he having a good time. And the thing is, you really supposed to, when stuff happens, guys, it's about how fast you get up. You ain't supposed to keep laying down. But I do want to kind of go in a little bit. So, guys, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, man. Bang that shit. It don't cost you nothing, man. And I need 100 likes on this video because we're going to talk about parenting. When we look at the Sean John situation, the Diddy situation, and all the things that he was doing around his kid and with his kid, guys, y'all looked at Diddy as a monster. Like, how could you do this around your kids? You know what I'm saying? How could you all do all this stuff around your kids and have this stuff around your kids? Well, if you really take a look at it, Boosie is no different than Diddy. I'm not, now I ain't saying Boosie with all the freak stuff, the freak parties and all that. I'm not saying that. But parenting wise, Boosie, you are just like Diddy or probably worse. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell y'all why. Diddy wasn't putting guns in his kids' hand. Diddy wasn't having his kids at the trap spot when they was little kids. Diddy wasn't riding with his son in the car with steppers in the car as a little kid. Boosie did that. You know what I mean? Boosie's parenting is what got his son locked up. Because you have to remember, man, when it comes to boys, I don't know if you guys knew this or not. When it comes to boys in general, and I'm a man, we learn a little bit slower than women. We're a little bit slower than women. Not to say women are smarter, but we learn things at a slower rate than women, especially when we're younger. And believe it or not, you learn most of the things that are gonna carry you through life from ages 6 to 9. That's when you're going to learn most of the things that are going to carry you through your adulthood. That's why these are very important years of your life. Well, the thing is, you are the one that introduced him to this lifestyle. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I understand you were in a different frame of mind. It's no handbook on how to be the best father. No handbook on how to be the best son, boyfriend, girlfriend. Trust me, I know. I'm not perfect. I'm the most imperfect person on this video. But Boosie, you are the one that showed him the way. You showed your son the game. You showed him the street life. You had your son in the car with you with Marlow Mike. And just to clear up something, Boosie did not go and recruit Marlow Mike to start deleting people. That's not what happened. Boosie had a bounty on Nussie's head, right? Marlow Mike was the one who went put in the work through a window, and he got with one of Boosie's associates to let him know, hey, I'm the one who did that. I need to get paid. And then this associate brought Marlow Mike to Boosie's house, introduced him to Boosie. And when Marlow Mike met Boosie, he was like, man, this is like my favorite star. Like, wow, like I'm here. And he was supposed to pay Marlow Mike, I believe it was $30,000 or $35,000. He only gave Marlow Mike $2,800 for that. And at that point, Marlow Mike, because he never had nothing, he's a kid. He ain't never had nothing. He ain't been around nothing. And now you in the house living with your favorite rapper, but he don't really realize that he's getting used because he's underage. So Boosie took him up under his wing, but while you taking him up under your wing, you got Tootie Raww sitting right next to him. You got Tootie Raww knowing what this dude Marlow Mike do. Like Marlow Mike was your street son, and y'all know about those of y'all in the streets. Y'all know about street daddies and street sons. Anybody in the street, man, got a street daddy or a street son. Then you got your real son. Guys, you don't mix two. You don't shit where you eat. Mix business with pleasure. And that's exactly what Lil Boosie did, was mix stuff. And so now you introduce your son to all these different things. You introduce him to all these steppers, and that's just the one that we know about. We know Boosie been keeping steppers around him for quite some time. And so now you wonder what happens. Here's what happens. Boosie goes to prison. He gets older. He gets more mature. He sees the error of his ways. He talks about it. Like, I respect that. Like, man, you know, I raised him wrong. I raised him wrong. Well, guys, it's too late to basically unfuck some things that you've done to your child after you have taken their innocence away and have showed them how to do dirt, and especially making money. You know, that you can't, man, a person don't want to hear nothing about you telling them to stop making their bag. And it's, you know, but where Boosie went, another place where he went wrong at is, instead of making your kids stand up for themselves and do something for themselves, go get a job, or encouraging them to go get a job, what do? You build them a house on your property they ain't got to pay no rent for. You buy them all these cars when they're 16. I'm sorry, but a 16-year-old don't deserve Benzes and Jags and Porsches. You don't. Because if you're given everything in life, why would you even feel the need to ever work for something or figure out your own grind or figure out your own hustle on how to get stuff if somebody's always doing it for you? So now, Lil Tootie Raww, he wanted to live that lifestyle because this is the lifestyle that his father got him accustomed to, is in the streets. But now Boosie don't like that. And so, all in a nutshell, man, y'all know what happened. I done made plenty videos about it. This man is caught up between a rock and a hard place. But let me tell you something. Sometimes God wants you in between a rock and a hard place so that you can just call on him for help. Sometimes God places you in these situations so that the only thing you can do is reach out and talk to God and ask for help. And unfortunately, he's in one of them situations. So y'all got to excuse me for those of y'all who, some people in the comments was a little bit upset because I kept saying Bootie Raww is 5'10", 108 pounds. That's just what the paper said, y'all. Y'all be way too serious in the comments, man. Okay, he's 5'6" or whatever. Who gives a damn? The point is he weighs 108 pounds. That's the point I'm getting at. He's not going to be able to protect himself in prison. He's going to be extorted. And at the end of the day, it's because you showed him this. See, if you take your kid and reverse that, and now the first thing you start showing them are Forbes magazines, magazines about the stock market, how to make money in Bitcoin, well, your kid, that's what they're going to show an interest in. They're going to show an interest in the things that you give them. It's your job to impute. Impute means put inside of your kids what you want them to learn and what you want them to, you know, learn about. That's your job to do that, to impute, to put these things inside of your kid. But Boosie didn't do those things, and now his son is paying the ultimate price along with him. Guys, I make these videos, you know, just for, you know, content and to tell you guys how to move throughout the law a certain type of way. But, man, it's really a shame that you got a father and son that'll be going to the feds and the money will stop, you know. But I want y'all to answer in the comments, man. I need 100 comments. How many of you guys think that Tootie Raww will be hitting a federal yard? Just answer in the comments. How many of y'all think that Tootie Raww will be hitting a federal yard? Because, guys, like I told you in a video yesterday, they have not even elevated his charges yet. The DA ain't did that. So you guys can plan on. And remember, I said it first. You can pretty much plan that because he won't take his state deal and the feds pick that case up, they will, when the feds get a hold of them charges, those charges will be upped, and he will have more charges than when he got booked, especially when they add the social media into it. See, with the state case, they ain't put the social media stuff into it yet. Now with this Fed stuff, they gonna go and they gonna add up everything. They doing it as we speak. They know the first minute that Boosie's son got busted, man, the people who work Boosie's case, they own it. They're like, oh no, we finna start getting all Tootie Raww stuff. And guys, they already been had it. They record this stuff. All they gotta do is hit a button. And when they put all that stuff together and you sitting your black behind in the courtroom with your eyes this big because you shocked because you don't know how the system go, then you gonna wish that you would have listened to your daddy. Then you gonna wish you would have listened to people around you, like your grandmother, you know, and other people telling you, hey man, go get a job, stay up out that trap. If y'all ain't figured it out, I'm telling you, the streets are dead. If you out here hustling in the streets, here's what's gonna happen. You either gonna go to prison for the rest of your life for doing what you do, or giving somebody an overdose on fentanyl. Because if you don't know it, man, The cartel flooded this country with fentanyl when Trump got in office because he did all that border stuff. So those of y'all in other states, see, I'm on the West Coast, man, where we got Cali and all that borders. So if y'all in other states sitting up in the South and you might be back east, y'all don't really know what's going on at this border, man. They flooded this country with fentanyl when President Trump got in office, just to get back at him for what he is doing to all these Hispanics. So no matter what you touch, whether it's the lean, whether it's the greenery, whether it's the boy, the girl, the pills, the this, the that, all of that stuff is being cut with fentanyl. Even as we speak, they're taking in the South, they're taking PCP and they're lacing it on top of some just outdoor 420 and lacing it with PCP so it will be stronger. Because I know people personally who are coming back from the South and having dirty UAs, and they got PCP in their system and they don't smoke it, but they putting it in the weed. And that K2, hey man, sorry for you. I ain't got to get on that. But anyways, just wanted to drop y'all this video to let y'all know about parenting and how it can affect not just you and how it's really finna affect Tootie Raww. But man, like the content. You like the content as usual. Hit the notification bell, please. Hit the like button. Let's get over 100 likes on this video and pump this channel up. Let's keep making this channel grow. Because the more you guys talk to me, the more I'm going to talk back. And I try to answer damn near everybody in the comments. If you're taking the time to reach out and talk to me, hey, I am going to talk to you. And I do have my members only. If you are going to join my members only, I'm going to start putting some videos up in there that I can't put out here about how to do some really, really interesting things safely. But other than that, man, you got to read between the lines on that. Have a blessed day, be safe, and stay out of trouble.